Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, two-time Olympic gold medalist, undisputed women's boxing superstar, Claressa T-Rex Shields, continuously calls out women's superstar UFC champion Amanda Nunes. She's looking to have a showdown, a cross-promotion showdown, cross-sport showdown, as FLOYD Money Mayweather did with Conor McGregor. Claressa Shields is claiming that the fight between herself and Amanda Nunes will be bigger than Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. Amanda Nunes did the unthinkable when she knocked out and beat Chris Cyborg. Everybody had Chris Cyborg as the favorite. Chris Cyborg was the monster and the monster of all monsters in women combat sports, right? And Amanda Nunes went in there and absolutely destroyed Chris Cyborg quickly in the first round. And so in doing so, Amanda Nunes has become the face of women's UFC combat sports, as Claressa Shields has grew to become the face of women's boxing, right? And so now Claressa Shields is saying, listen, Floyd Money Mayweather did it with Conor McGregor, and they earned big, big money. We saw Conor McGregor, I believe Conor McGregor earned $100 million for the fight between himself and Floyd Mayweather. As we know, Floyd Mayweather stood to earn about $200+ million in that fight. The difference between Claressa Shields and Amanda Nunes from Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor is not that they're men, it's that they're household names. Conor McGregor made himself a household name in the sport of UFC, and Floyd Mayweather, obviously, no explanation needed in that situation, right? Floyd Mayweather had already previously been established as the pay-per-view king. He broke records before the Conor McGregor fight. He broke records with him and Manny Pacquiao. He broke records with him and Oscar De La Hoya. He broke records with him and Saul Canelo Alvarez. So Floyd Mayweather was already established as the pay-per-view king, right? So with that said, Conor McGregor started to make a name for himself in the UFC, being brash, outspoken, flashy. Floyd Mayweather called him the Caucasian Floyd Mayweather, right? So he became, a mouthpiece. He had some epic words and comments in his press conferences and things of that nature. He had epic press conferences, right? Amanda Nunes doesn't have that. Conor McGregor was getting into altercations at the press conferences. People hated to love him. People wanted to see him lose, right? So Conor McGregor was a whole different animal. He built himself up as the Floyd Mayweather of the UFC. And Floyd Mayweather was already established as Floyd Mayweather as an entertainer, no longer in the sport of boxing. It wasn't just the sport of boxing anymore. It was just Floyd Mayweather as an entertainer overall. He was topping Forbes list as the most grossing the most money of entertainers, not just athletes, not just sports figures, entertainers overall. So for Claressa Shields to feel like, a fight between herself and Amanda Nunes would be bigger than Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, I have to disagree with her. It won't even come close. But will it do great? Absolutely. Will it draw a lot of attention to women combat sports? Absolutely. I think that this should happen. I think that this would be, a pillar, and this would springboard women's combat sports into a whole different stratosphere. I think that this would bring so many different eyes and so many different, audiences, and they would get, casual fans. They would get hardcore UFC fans. They would get hardcore boxing fans. Everybody would be interested. Amanda Nunes, seems her biggest weapons is that, she's a striker, so thus was the reason with Conor McGregor, most of his defeats came from knockouts on his feet, striking, so, a lot of people, compare that to boxing. So they feel like she has a lot of power. She gets a lot of knockouts. She hurts women. She's heavy-handed. You know, so then you say, okay, now you can put her in the ring with Claressa Shields, right? It's kind of apples and oranges, but we know that Claressa Shields is not going to step in the octagon, right? Just like we knew Floyd Mayweather wasn't going to step in the octagon. That's a whole different world. But because these UFC fighters are strikers, you know, it translates. So you know, they try to get them to come over, you know, cross promote. We saw guys like James Toney go over to the octagon, and they don't stand a chance. It's not even competitive because, you know, they're gonna get taken right to the canvas, they're gonna get submitted, and the fight is gonna be over. So people don't want to pay to see that. But when you throwing hands and you're striking, you know, anything can happen. Amanda Nunes could land a heavy blow on Claressa Shields, and we don't know what could happen, right? So it's the unknown, you know, that draws people in. And so people will be attracted to it, and people will want to see it. They will pay to see it because there's people in the UFC that believe that Amanda Nunes will land something big, hurt Claressa Shields, and possibly knock Claressa Shields out. Hardcore boxing fans is going to believe Claressa Shields is going to outbox Amanda Nunes because, you know, she just don't know her way around the ring, right? And boxing is different from MMA. The training, it's a whole different animal, right? It's a whole different discipline. So Claressa Shields would take Amanda Nunes to deep waters and look to drown her in deep waters, right? She would take her to, you know, a place that she's never been. Fatigue and gloves and things of that nature. You know, in the UFC, the gloves are much smaller. You know, in the UFC, you know, it's 5 rounds, and it's just a whole different ball game, point blank and period. But it would be an attraction. It would be an event. It would draw a lot of eyes and a lot of attention to women combat sports. So I believe that this should happen. Do I think it could be bigger than Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor? Absolutely not. But can it be big for women's sport and women's combat sports? Absolutely. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Claressa T-Rex Shields continues to call out Amanda Nunes for a cross-sport showdown. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.